He's been Hollywood's misunderstood comedian, the tattooed rebel who turned heartbreak and chaos into humor. But behind the laughs, Pete Davidson carries something far deeper, a story of exhaustion, regret, and quiet redemption. For years, the world has watched him grow up in the spotlight, his relationships, his struggles, his healing, all on display. And now, for the first time in a long time, Pete is opening up about what fame really took from him and why he may never return to social media again. Stay tuned, because what Pete says next might just change the way you see the cost of fame forever. You're watching Celeb Spill, where we dive deeper into Hollywood's untold stories. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an exclusive like this. Pete Davidson has always been one of those rare celebrities who wears his emotions on his sleeve. From his tattoos to his candid humor, Pete has made vulnerability part of his identity. In his recent sit-down with ET's Cassie DeLaura, the Saturday Night Live alum got more personal than ever, reflecting on the pressures of fame, the anxiety of living online, and the peace he's finally found by stepping away from the digital chaos. When asked how it felt to take a step back from social media, Pete's answer was raw and real. "It's tough at first," he admitted. "I'm part of the last generation that had a flip phone. Technology has grown so fast, but if you have anxiety, it's tough being hit with constant stuff all the time. When you finally take a break, you realize this is real life, the phone isn't. It's nice, but it's not real." His honesty cuts through the noise of the influencer world, a reminder that behind every scroll, like, and headline, there's a person just trying to breathe. Davidson's relationship with the internet has always been complicated. From viral memes to brutal tabloid coverage of his dating life, Pete became a target of the online circus. "Things are a lot better when you're not on your phone," he says simply. He shares how even small, ordinary moments, like chatting with the local deli guy, remind him that the world offline is still real and grounded. "When I go to the deli and the guy I've seen for 10 years says, 'Hey, what's up?' That's how I know everything's fine." Pete laughs as he reminisces about growing up in the 90s. Flip phones, landlines, and simple ringtones. He recalls a time when connection meant calling your friends home and nervously asking their parents to come to the phone. "Being off social media changed my life drastically," he says. "If there's something you need to know, someone will tell you. You're not missing anything." For Pete, the silence isn't lonely, it's freedom. He's been in the public eye for more than a decade, and every part of his life has played out on a stage. His mental health struggles, his heartbreaks, his triumphs, all dissected by millions. "No one likes having their entire life aired out," Pete admits. "I was super young when it all happened. I wish I made it now. I'd handle things differently, but it comes with the territory, and at the end of the day, I know I'm lucky." There's a calmness in his tone, a man who's made peace with the past without letting it define him. Turning 30 has been transformative for Pete. "The 30s are the best so far," he grins. "It really does get better. You stop caring about the things that used to control your mind. You look back and think, why did I let that bother me?" When asked what he hopes his 30s bring, Pete surprises Cassie with an answer that feels grounded. "I'm not really looking for anything, I'm just grateful for whatever comes. There's nothing to chase anymore. I used to think, if I just do that, then I'll be this. But now, whatever happens, happens. I'll be okay." In a world obsessed with more fame, more followers, more validation, Pete Davidson is quietly choosing enough. Pete's learned that the hardest part of peace is letting go, of regrets, of replaying old mistakes, of wondering what if. "You can't change the past," he says softly. "You just have to let it go." And when he looks in the mirror these days, he's not haunted by headlines or gossip, just gratitude. "I'm just stoked I'm still here," Pete says. "I'm excited for the next day, and the present." So will Pete Davidson ever go back online? His answer is firm. "No way," he says. "It would have to be for something I really care about, but I hope I never have to. Just seeing people scroll gives me anxiety." For Pete, social media isn't connection, it's distortion. It's toxic because you're not supposed to see everyone's perfect version of themselves, he explains. You miss out on really getting to know people. You prejudge, and you might miss out on your person. That honesty, that quiet wisdom, is what makes Pete so relatable. Beneath the fame and the headlines, he's just someone trying to live simply, truthfully, and peacefully. Of course, Pete still keeps a bit of tech around, his Alexa. He laughs, recalling a commercial he filmed with his grandpa years ago where his grandfather, now older and less mobile, talks to Alexa all day long. He asks it everything: hockey scores, weather, random questions. It's adorable. Pete smiles. When asked about the wildest thing he's ever asked Alexa, Pete chuckles. I once asked her, "Is everything going to be okay?" That simple question sums up Pete's journey. A comedian who's finally okay with not knowing all the answers. Pete Davidson's story isn't one of tragedy or fame, it's one of growth. A young man who faced the chaos of celebrity, stumbled through heartbreak and headlines, and somehow came out calmer, wiser, and more grateful. His message is clear: step back, breathe, live life offline, because peace doesn't live in your phone. It lives in your present. And maybe that's the reminder we all need: to stop scrolling, look up, and remember that real life happens when the screen goes dark. Pete Davidson's words remind us that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is disconnect. If you felt inspired by Pete's story, give this video a like and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And don't forget, you're watching Celeb Spill, your home for Hollywood's most heartfelt and human stories. Hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and stay tuned, because the next story might just change the way you see your favorite stars forever.